And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and various lurkers and commenters and Twitch participants of all ages, to another Monday Cheer League match. We're going to be watching Nerf Salad and El Boyos get it on. Or wait, no, that's not right. Strap together again. I'm sorry. We're going to see them scrap tonight. And I'm here with my co-caster, New Type, and he will get me out of this jam that I just put myself in.
Well, I don't blame you for saying, again, it's not the first time we've seen one of these teams. We did cast El Boyos just a couple weeks ago, actually. It's nice to see them again, especially in the state that they're in. El Boyos, 3-3, following a 3-game win streak. So they are really riding high right now. Nerf Salad, also 3-3. Their record is a little more varied, though. They've got some wins, losses interspersed there. So they're looking to build some momentum, finally get up over 500, and get into the positive win rate column. So both teams have a lot on the line here. It's going to be a fun little match. We've got, I think, at least one team already queued up in the lobby, and I think we're just waiting for the second team while we also get the draft started. Draft will be starting in about 4 or 5 minutes here. But, yeah, tonight we are on Towers of Doom, the newest map in the map rotation. It's still a couple months old at this point, so wouldn't really be calling it. It's not brand shiny, spanking new. But still a map with some interesting mechanics that you'll occasionally see people still sort of feel out. Towers of Doom, the only map where heroes cannot directly assault the core and end the game. They have to do so through various objectives on the map. You can do core damage by capping the boss. You can do core damage by escorting mercenaries to your opponent's core. Or, most commonly, you can do core damage by capturing and channeling one of 4 altars that will spawn throughout the map. Sometimes only 1 will spawn, sometimes 3 will spawn. I mean, it's random, so you see some very interesting situations show up or arise where suddenly you've got a 3 altar spawn and only maybe 2 people to defend it. So yeah, no, very interesting dynamic games on this map. People still I feel feeling it out and getting really comfortable with it. We'll see what goes on with this. I mean, in terms of heroes that you see on this map, Zagara, extremely strong, locking down the bottom lane most often and giving her team the opportunity to roam throughout the top and mid lanes. Falstad also very strong on this map due to his ability to quickly jump to either an altar or a team fight. Any other character with global presence able to affect an altar fight from far away is also going to be really beneficial right now. So right. So yeah, no, it's great. We're going to see a lot of dynamic hero picks. I'm curious if Li Ming or Rhaegar is going to make it through the draft, through the initial ban phase. Right now, Nerf Salad is the home team, so they are going to have the first pick and the first ban. So they are going to set the pace for this match, at least initially here, and we'll have to see how El Boyos responds.
All right, and Captain's Links should be going out in a moment here, and I'm excited. I've still yet to see an Abathur on this map on Cheer League here, so I want to see if somebody wants to bring him up to par here. Or up to bat. He's definitely a major force in this map, I feel. His ability to clone and his solid push, really, and his global presence. If he can set up shop at one of the if it's a 3 objective release, he can actually snipe the objective from under the other team's nose, and I've done that multiple times. It's fantastic to watch.
Yeah, it's no different than like a Falstad fly. I mean, as long as you're not tunneling into a location that's dangerous, Sure, your team can pressure a team fight, play it a little conservatively so no one gets taken down, while Abathur goes elsewhere and captures an altar.
Yep.
So
Captain's Links have gone out, and we should be seeing a draft here shortly. And as we said, Nerf Salad will be first to ban, actually. And
so who do you think is going to get banned in this first round? Think Li Ming and Rhaegar are going to make it through, or do you think they're going to go with somebody a little more map focused?
I'm going to say Zagara again. I'll be honest with you. I think Zagara is very powerful in this map.
So there it is. Right now, you're stealing all of my picks. So Zagara's banned, and it's up to El Boyos to decide whether or not any of the OP heroes make it through. Rhaegar is banned, and we're probably going to see a Li Ming pick from Nerf Salad, unless they feel confident letting Boyos take her.
Yeah, it would be kind of rough to play without her. Jaina.
Very
okay.
Nice. So confident there. Picking up the Jaina. Very strong as of late. Very well represented in recent tournaments as well. So, Nerf Salad, Li Ming, flashing her stuff. No way, man. Not having any of that. Jaina is the main gal for Nerf Salad.
Jaina actually seeing an 80% pick rate in the pro scene right now. Recent tournaments, she's been a favored hero for a lot of pro players, and it's really, I think, more an effect of other people's nerfs than her buffs, personally. But
I think she was due for it. She was kind of falling behind Kael'thas and Li Ming, and El Boyos really taking their time here, making the decision, eating into their reserve time pretty heavily here. They pick Sonya to stand as a frontline bruiser. Let's see if their second pick is either another DPS or if they go for a utility support or tank pick.
I wonder if they're trying to determine if Li Ming is a trap pick.
Potentially, yeah. I don't know.
I mean, Li Ming...
Well, it is.
So
Jaina and Li Ming picked up double mage from Nerf Salad. They got one more pick in the bag before we go to the second round of bans. I'm wondering if they're playing into El Boyos' hands here, because this is a very counterable army. I mean, these two heroes, if you can get up in their face, they really can't stick around for much longer.
And we see an ETC as the tank here. That is a smart move, because without Jaina and Li Ming to poke at ETC, ETC can be extremely effective against melee, because his W actually pushes them away and can push them away fairly far at that.
Well, and right now, both of El Boyos' stuns are frontliners, so they're the most likely group to get hit by an ETC mosh. Unless El Boyos drafts some ranged stuns, and El Boyos bans Uther to prevent any ETC shenanigans, like
Divine
Shield moshes, the shiny dance. It's unbelievable. So I wonder what Nerf Salad's going to do to retaliate here. They're going to ban another support. The support pool is dwindling ever so quickly here with Uther and Rhaegar banned out.
Well, they have to be careful, though. If they ban too many supports out, they're not going to get a good support themselves.
They got to be, I think, Thrall? Tyrande is a good pick here.
Oh, absolutely.
Tyrande's not a bad pick. It's a ranged stun. They're keeping that out of, El Boyos' toolkit here. So I feel like you've got to get up in their face right now. If you're El Boyos, you've got to pick something to contend with the long-range damage of Li Ming and Jaina.
All right, and Morales picked up. She's a favored healer, and her stim drone is extremely dangerous, as we saw last game.
You're going to see an auto attacker to complement this?
Well, I would expect.
Here?
I was gonna say, Vala. Okay.
Okay, yeah, no, this could work. Yeah, Vala, pretty good at chasing down some of these mages and doing the damage. The vault is going to be the vaults are going to be huge. I mean, Vala has got to avoid the damage from Li Ming and Jaina. Vala also brings a ranged stun. So if she does take the ult for Reign of Vengeance, that's another means of interrupting ETC. So. Not a bad pick.
Yeah, she should be taking the, especially if she's being stim droned, I think she should be taking Reign of Vengeance, because you do not get the stim benefits from your, from the other ult, Strafe. is it?
Yeah, no, Strafe does a fixed amount of damage. It is not an auto attack. So we're seeing Diablo to back up the ETC heavy frontliners to support the burst damage of Jaina and Li Ming.
The Diablo lift into ETC stun is brutal, brutal. I mean, it's just...
him to round it out.
Okay.
So we're looking at an impenetrable wall from Nerf Salad. Absolutely brutal wall to support Jaina and Li Ming as they do their damage from the backline. Sonya to dive in, Muradin also potentially to dive in, along with Vala on the stim drone potentially. Morales healing from the backline. This last pick is critical here. I feel like Boyos has to make something with this last pick, otherwise I'd have to give the edge to Nerf Salad.
Well, it's going to be either Raynor, I feel, or Falstad, in my opinion. They need some serious deeps, and maybe Kale, actually. An
excellent diver to support Sonya. Muradin is
good. So Butcher?
They need someone to blow up Li Ming or Jaina immediately.
I mean, Butcher. We could see Butcher here. Oh, man.
That would be fantastic. Ridiculous, but fantastic. And they're running out of time here. 5 seconds.
They got to pick something. What happens? Oh, there it is. Falstad. All right.
Okay. Yeah. No, Falstad, inadvertently is also still a diver. You still have a means of flying over your enemy front line and getting to the back line. So intelligent picks. I think Falstad, they did actually sort of salvage that with Falstad. It's going to be tough getting to the back line of Jane and Li Ming. Mm-hmm. Diablo puts out a lot of damage for a warrior, for a tanky warrior. ETC is absolutely devastating, especially if he's getting moshes off. Thankfully, El Boyos did draft a fair number of stuns with the Vala ult. Falstad can also talent into a stun, I believe.
Yes,
Muradin and Sonya also have stuns in their kits, so the ETC mosh is going to be mitigated, hopefully. But right now, I can't really give an edge to either team in terms of draft. Nerf Salad has a ton of burst damage. Their sustained damage is a little bit lacking, though. So if El Boyos gets good openings on Li Ming or Jaina, Nerf Salad's going to find themselves in a world of hurt, not able to support that damage. And if they extend these fights out and the burst is not effective, the mana depletion on Li Ming and Jaina is going to get too heavy, and they're not going to be able to stay in these fights. Tough. Yeah. This is an interesting one.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely an interesting fight. Falstad also giving a lot of range to the to El Boyos, and hopefully they'll be able to capitalize that a little bit.
Yeah, so
we're just loading into the game now, and we should see a very interesting matchup here. I love seeing the double warrior. The double warrior meta has been my favorite movement since since I don't know, Beethoven's.
Very funny. It's gonna be interesting. I'm curious what ult Diablo takes. If he feels confident taking the lightning breath and leaving ETC with the basically the only means of setting up the fight. Yeah, here we go. So blue team, Nerf Salad on the left. We've got Bizbear playing Diablo, Famous Thomas on ETC, Leon Me on Jaina, Papa Mojo on Karazim, and Garzek on the Li Ming.
Lion on me.
Yeah. Oh. On the right-hand side in the red trunks, we've got Adamitz on Sonya, Entropy on Falstad, Dankstrom on Lieutenant Morales, Byakugan on Vala, and Spartan Muradin. So it looks like both teams are going to be sort of conservative and respectful, and we're not going to see a big 5-man brawl in the middle. Everyone just calmly going the lanes, and they're going to just play the soak game early.
Mm-hmm. We could have even delayed the announcements a little bit.
I know. I was like, oh, quick, gotta hurry. Gotta get these out right now. And so like, talents. So let's take a look at the talents real quick here. Very standard stuff coming from Nerf Salad. Power Hungry on Li Ming. Regen globes restoring 100% more mana and 10% more ability power for 20 seconds. So I'm interested to see if Li Ming catches a lot of value and gets some returns from Power Hungry here. But that recent nerf to her mana regeneration talent really showing in this game. Coming from the red team, we're seeing Warpaint, Seasoned Marksman, Feedback Loop on the Morales. That's not a normal pick, but an interesting one. It tells me that she's going to be expecting longer fights with a lot more, mana economy necessary, and Rancor from Vala. So it is going to be an auto-attack build from the Vala to cope with the 2 frontliners on blue team.
And perhaps take advantage of the stim.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, it's either going to be Falstad or Vala picking up the stim drone when it comes down to it. Sonya benefits a bit from the stim drone, but most of her damage is coming from her W, not her auto attacks.
Yeah, her W being the
Ground pound.
Yes, that's it. So first objective comes up here, and this is a twofer, actually, interestingly enough.
Let's see if anyone feels cheeky with this one. They might just, again, let each team sort of go about their way in peace. Looks like it's going to coalesce into a fight in the middle here. Everyone's converging. Li Ming getting some shots in, but let's see what happens here. Falstad's being sneaky over at their end on their altar.
He hasn't used his flight yet, so he does have it available for the short jump, but it looks like they're going to do a pretty even... I mean, this is almost mirror image here.
Yeah, both teams, oh man, we're gonna get him. We're gonna hide in the grass, and nobody ever turns up. So both teams laying ambushes for assaults that literally never come, but good, solid, smart defenses. Nice conservative play from both. Almost identical XP gains. Let's see where they start to deviate. I'm curious where things start to get out of control.
Yeah, both teams playing very conservatively to start here, and you know what? That's good. I mean, get a gauge for the each of the opponents here, and just try not to die.
Yeah.
In the wise words of Dr. Zed.
So, I mean, again, very standard talents. We're seeing Puncturing Arrow, actually, from the Vala. So, starting with the auto attack build for Rancor, but then deviating into some Q talents. I want to see where Vala ends up going with this. Standard stuff from Nerf Salad. You're seeing Fire Devil from Diablo, Double Neck Guitar from the ETC, the increased Blizzard Radius from Jaina, Protective Shield, great from the Karazim. He's got these huge high hit points warriors to use the shield on, and Dominance from the Li Ming. So the health regen on takedown.
Yeah, I love the ETC skin, by the way, the country music.
Yes. Oh, he's in that sick purple as well. Yeah. So, red team looking to take Merc Camp at the top here. It's very
great timing.
Appropriately timed. Very nice.
Yeah. Almost pro. Hashtag. Murden taking a little bit of more damage, but he has a trait where it lets him regen very quickly out of combat, so he should be fine there. Falstad taking advantage of his fly, so Diablo should be moving down shortly. If
Diablo had to stop and deal with that Merc wave.
That's true, yeah.
And so now Falstad gets a few free licks in. And
he should be flying down shortly.
He should be flying down, yeah. He can support this and turn it into a 5v4 at bottom while Diablo is still racing down. He's going to get his team to 7, though, first, which is an intelligent decision. Or is he not?
No.
Oh, no. El Boyos charging into a 6v7 fight. There are talents here down.
Oh, there's a 7s,
though. And now their 7s just now catching up. That being said, Diablo takes a lot of damage after his incursion into the red team.
But Murden does as well. Oh, Murden has to jump back to be able... And Diablo suffers a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Vala catches the very edge of Li Ming's W and does go down. Li Ming is spotted by Sonya and chased out of that bush, but she may be punished for this.
Yeah.
And Sonya is also going to go down, or is she not? Oh, she makes it out on the back of a Morales heel.
Oh, that was so close. Oh, man, that Blizzard was very accurately positioned there. And they're still scrapping over this objective here.
This Sonya's got to be careful. She does not have the hit points to stay in this. Morales is bottomed out on mana. This is going to be a disaster if El Boyos stay in for much longer. Diablo is back, and he is angry. He's going to suplex somebody. He's been getting mad reps in the gym.
Oh, and Li Ming might be picked up here. Oh, there it is. Oh, Li Ming is picked up, but unfortunately... Murden is just out of position there and suffers a little bit.
Nerf Salad turns around for a drink. They leave Li Ming and Diablo out in the field, and Li Ming's picked off as a result. what had been their fight to lose, has turned into this half and half now.
Yep. And this is one of the longest second objectives that I've ever.
They're really going at it. This is great. Neither team wants to back down. Morales isolated and brought down. I think that may be the death knell for this push for El Boyos. They cannot maintain without Morales there.
Yep, and the escape flag goes down, and Nerf Salad takes that.
So gutsy, going in with like a fifth of her hit points, and this is not going to end well for her.
Nope. She should have backed out of that. I mean, that was just not a smart engagement, unfortunately. And she was punished for it, so everyone's going back to lanes. Top is missing, but Falstad will be there shortly. But that was a very exciting
yeah, no, that was a great one. Back and forth. There. I thought Nerf Salad had it in the bag. They all turn around, with the exception of Diablo and Li Ming, to get a drink at the fountain, and El Boyos pounce on that, cleaning up Li Ming and putting a ton of damage on the Diablo and equalizing the fight, which had up until then been on Nerf Salad's end. Level 10 is reached by Nerf Salad. We see Apocalypse from the Diablo, Mosh Pit from the ETC, Ring of Frost, Divine Palm, and Disintegrate. Li Ming going for a W build with Zay's Vengeance at 7 as well, so long-range stuff.
Murden might be picked up here, out of position by a 5-man team. That was very unfortunate for Murden. Yeah.
I mean, mirrored Merc camps at bottom here, looking to make something happen.
Yeah, Vala's going to have to turn around here, otherwise she's going to get picked up as well. Luckily, No, she vaulted to try to get out of the initial engagement, and luckily, actually, Diablo saved her life because the Disintegrate went down, but it was just out of range.
After the Diablo charge, yes. So both teams have their 5. Both teams up at 10 now. Wrath of the Berserker on Sonya, Mighty Gust from the Falstad Stim Drone, Rain of Vengeance as we noticed, and no pick from Murden yet. It's Haymaker!
Haymaker Playmaker! Time. Mighty Gust and Haymaker? That is going to be interesting for sure.
I mean, after that initial
and the Mosh
Haymaker through the Rain of Vengeance is stunned and may get picked up. He palms himself and survives.
Wow, and the palm goes down and saves Karazim's life, and it's still a fight.
Yeah, 5-man. Oh my god, I can't believe no one got picked off in that engagement.
Yeah, Diablo stole the bottom objective, if you saw there.
Oh, I did not, but he does eventually go down. He's got souls to come back right up, though, and it looks like it's just going to be an even trade with Murden capping middle and Diablo capping bottom.
Oh, he actually was interrupted, so Murden...
Oh, no!
Yeah. Did not get to capitalize on that, and he might be going down here, especially with Diablo coming in. The entire team being very low.
Fresh tank comes in and is subsequently burned out.
Oh, and the Great Gust.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Oh, and Disintegrate trying to punish a little bit, but wow, what a trade. Yeah. This has been excellent team fights. Both teams very low on everything. There's no mana on Nerf Salad's side.
And this is where a Sonya pick over a Thrall, actually pays off, because Sonya does not have mana. Sonya is not going to run out of mana in these long, never-ending pitched team fights. And I'm wondering if the Li Ming is considering, could I have taken the mana talent at 1? Is Li Ming getting enough value out of the globes to justify that pick? So I'm not sure. This is an interesting one here. Falstad is back at top. Teams are sort of equalizing back to lanes, trying to push to 13 before the next altered phase. And it looks, at least from now, like Nerf Salad is going to be the one to win that race.
So very standard AA build coming out of Falstad here. I recognize that from a mile away.
Interesting one from the Vala. She took a little bit of everything. We're seeing Rancor at level 1, Puncturing Arrow at 4, and Caltrops at 7. So,
and Sonya was a little out of position there and got blown up by a 4-man gank squad there.
Yeah, no, we're starting to see Nerf Salad is starting to they're starting to coalesce. They're starting to come together. They're starting to do, like you said, those big gank squads. because they're getting that blow-up potential. They've got the damage now. They've got serious damage now.
And this is the entire team fighting over one objective, and Nerf Salad is in position for this.
Oh, Vala is gone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that was... Yeah.
Vala is gone. Oh, no. El Boyos out of position to get the Merc camp at top. It's not going to really do the necessary damage that they need, and now they're down Vala.
Yeah, and that early gust, not really necessary on that one. It did disengage the battle, but it would have been much better done on the...
El Boyos gets, you know, punched around a little bit here. Muradin's going to have to move out. The grenade from Morales does disengage the rest of the Nerf Salad, but Vala is back now, is going to be making her way into position to help support this, but definitely advantage to Nerf Salad currently. They're slightly ahead in XP, and they've got a good edge in war health.
So,
we're seeing double Giant Killer at 13 here from Vala and Falstad, so they want to get rid of those tanks.
Oh, yeah.
I've yet to see a good...
Oh, and Diablo's going to be picked up here.
Diablo is picked up. Very nice. He does have souls for the regen, so he'll be back in no time. But we're seeing, you know, pretty solid talent picks all around here. We're seeing Stormfront from Jaina at 13, not going into the ice block, so confident of her team's front line and not in keeping her safe. We're gonna see if that pays off.
Honestly, she's not the first target. Li Ming is, so that's that might be a smart move from her. Take advantage of the extra bit of damage.
She's got a Divine Palm on her team, so if there ever is a situation where it's like, uh-oh, you know, they hate me right now, that Palm could save her life.
So El Boy was actually in a little bit of a advantage right now in terms of towers.
They've injured the Diablo to an extent that he has to back out for a drink. They've got some time to pressure, but Muradin takes a lot of damage as a result.
Yeah, that is
brought down by the Li Ming.
Oh, and 3 members in a dance party there. That is very unfortunate. And the Falstad not in position to capitalize. And El Boyos suffers the consequences of being out of position.
Yeah.
And wow, they didn't take the objective.
No, they know. This is intelligent. This is smart play. You recapture this tower, you capture this tower at bottom here, then you get the tower. You get the altar.
Yeah, absolutely, because they have it's a 5-on-1. So there's no way Falstad is going into that and surviving.
No, that was the correct play. That was the smart play. I mean, why give yourself just 3 damage when you can guarantee giving yourself 4?
Absolutely.
They're gonna grab that Merc camp and escort it now. And let's see if they can get any Merc damage in here. This is gonna provoke a response from El Boyos. You can see they're already sending four members down, with including that Falstad, to get rid of this tower and to mop up these mercenaries. Meanwhile, Nerf Salad is just gonna find other locations on the map where they can press an advantage, possibly in mid, possibly for boss, or they're gonna retake their...
Oh, Haymaker pushing Li Ming out of position, but unfortunately the rest of the team was not there to capitalize on that.
Follow-up, still cleaning up that tower at bottom. And it looks like Nerf Salad is just going to go reclaim that bell tower in the top lane and sort of reset everything back to its initial state. Status quo antebellum here.
Yeah. A very scary jump from Falstad there. He is a little bit out of position for this.
They knew where the team was. They had vision of all 5 members taking the bell tower. So I don't think that's necessarily a bad decision from him.
Yeah, but had they decided to rotate to the Merc camp, he would have been in a lot of trouble.
That's true, but again, this would have been something that would have been noticeable by either a minion wave or something else. I think Falstad was in an okay shape there.
Yeah, but he's out of position for this.
Here. Oh no.
Very much out of position for this fight. Vala got stimmed here, trying to capitalize on that a little bit, but getting rooted by the Circle of Frost. Yeah.
She's got to back up.
Oh, and a mighty gust to disengage the team fight. Perhaps a little preemptively, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I mean, an altar is spawning now. I mean, that's the last... I mean, you're better off sort of resetting things for this next team fight than trying to make something happen and losing a member.
Well,
so,
looking at the cooldowns here,
advantage totally out of position and isolated and crushed. This is going to be another. This is going to be another altar for Nerf Salad.
Yeah, the ults. El Boyos had none of their ults up, and
Nerf Salad had 3, I believe. Yeah, they've got Divine Palm, Disintegrate, and the Mosh Pit. Pit is so scary. Oh, and here it comes. Mosh Pit goes off. Murden does not have the interrupt.
Oh, great Mosh.
No.
Oh, my gosh. And it might be a team wipe right here, especially with those lifts, yo.
Diablo with the body block. Jaina with the body block.
Oh, ETC sliding in and just, yeah, this might be it.
Murden might not make it.
And
man, just to hop out.
No. Oh, a little bit of BM there.
Oh, Diablo going gutsy. The Lord of Terror will not be denied. He dives into no man's land, gets shelled by El Boyos' base, shrugs off the damage, and still capitalizes and finishes off Muradin. Wow.
Yeah, what a team fight. What's... I mean,
unfortunately, that began with the Falstad getting picked off and then staying in for that fight. I mean, as soon as that Falstad got picked off, it should have been evident that that was the end of that fight.
Yep, and they escorted some of the mercs to do some extra core damage, and it's going to be 32-13 right now. And there's another set of mercs coming in, and looks like they might be looking to do the same thing there.
Yeah, El Boyos in a real rough spot right now. They have to find a way to soak up to 20 to meet the talent lead that Nerf Salad currently holds over them. We're seeing Blink from Jaina, Blink on Diablo as well. We're seeing Tour Bus on the Mosh Pit for ETC, Storm Shield on Karazim, and the Archon for Li Ning.
Yeah, there was Gust a little bit aimed towards pushing the back line closer to the front,
Diablo got brought down, and it looks like the Divine Palm was just a little short and misclicked. The monk actually palmed himself, and it's a 1-for-1 trade. The medic does go down, and so does the Li Ning. Diablo also went down, but is back up and is already in position to contest an altar.
But notice that it's 32-10. The 3 mercs actually snuck in behind this team fight here. Yeah, now Murden's going really slow here, and he might get picked off here. But Sonya's going to be the first to be picked off. They have to. Yeah, they have. Oh no!
For El Boyos. This is so dangerous here.
Murden suffers from a unfortunate gust from Falstad pushing the entire team into him. He was sneaking.
I believe this may be the end of the game here.
Yeah, this might be game.
Vala has to defend against the entire team. And yeah, GGs are being called out.
I don't think. Yeah, it's a 4-on-2.
Yeah, Karazim the monk, and that is it. With that channeling, the final damage is pushed down onto El Boyos' keep.
Oh, look at
core.
Look at Jaina sitting in the shelling range.
Oh, that's
a little bit of BM
nice there.
So let's take a look here. What we got? We got a 21-8 a game. That's kind of rough. I
mean, Diablo died numerous times, but I feel like that was what he needed to do in this game. He built for a Soulstone reduction at level 1. He took Devil's Due.
Mm-hmm.
It was basically there just to be a sponge, while ETC was the actual, the actual capper. Getting those insane moshes off at the key moments. 2 very, very deadly moshes that resulted in huge pickups for Nerf Salad. That being said, Diablo did still have some absolutely excellent engages. Thinking of the one that sort of capped that 5-man wipe where he managed to catch Muradin, body block Muradin, and then finally secure the kill on Muradin. very well earned.
In the shelling range too, yeah.
Yeah, from beginning to end by the Diablo. The damage was on point from Nerf Salad. I mean, we said the whole, the crux of their strategy was protecting Li Ming and Jaina, and gosh darn it, Diablo and ETC did it. The double giant killer never really seemed to do the damage they needed it to do in the time that they needed it to do it. Falstad and Vala, I feel like I never saw them really effectively, mitigate that front line. Diablo and ETC were always up in their faces. Muradin was frequently too far deep trying to stun Li Ming or Jaina. And, 2 tanks in your backline is much more devastating than 1 tank in your backline.
Mm-hmm.
Sonya made efforts. It's just I feel like Sonya never got to the right position where she could really put the damage on. I feel like she was playing catch up for almost the entire game, wading through Jaina slows and Li Ming. Mm-hmm. Li Ming teleports.
Yeah, she couldn't clear the path to the her targets, and really, the Li Ming and Jaina just putting out the damage that they were built for. I mean, they were just insane amounts of damage. Really, I mean, look at their at their stats. It's
serious
just
numbers. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Serious numbers. We're looking at like double some of the damage dealing on the other side of the team. I feel like Vala was not a bad pick. I feel like
Falstad was not a bad pick either, except he was laning again, and we saw what happened last game, and we saw what happened this game.
Yeah.
Laning Falstad in this map is just really not that effective. I mean, yes, he has a global presence, but you have to be on point with your rotations in those cases. So
I question the Vala's dedication to Puncturing Arrow at 4 and Caltrops at 7. I can understand at that point Vala was laning against Li Ming and was having to deal with laning against Li Ming, which is just miserable. But I mean, her auto attacks, she took Rancor and she took Giant Killer, and that was the extent of her auto attack buffs. She took Blood for Blood at 16. Again, very solid against this team, given the percentage-based damage that we're dealing with. I'm curious how much, I'd have to look, back at this replay again, at how much the Caltrops actually ended up paying off for Vala while she was vaulting.
Yeah, I honestly don't think, I mean, yes, they were up in her business when she was vaulting, but I don't think it saved her life at all. I don't think it was necessarily worth it for the lack of additional damage that she could have been doing.
Do you think Haymaker contributed to this loss, or do you think Avatar could have bailed them out in a couple of those team fights, or do you think Haymaker paid for itself on this one? We saw Haymaker and we saw Grand Slam at 20. So yeah, really unconventional Muradin here, trying for. I mean, it was pretty clear. He was trying to jump to Jaina or Li Ming, punch them back into his own team, but the positioning was always so good from them that every time I saw Muradin jump in, he jumped into a 5-man dog pile and just got absolutely obliterated by the damage of Jaina, Li Ming, Diablo, and even Karazhan joined in. Frequently.
He's not built for that. I mean, if he was able to do something like... It's a hard choice, I think. With Mighty Gust already there, I don't know that Haymaker was the best choice either. Honestly, the extra amount of damage from Avatar and the extra survivability. Yeah.
I mean, we were seeing Muradin go down frequently in some of these fights. I mean, Muradin dropped 5 times. I mean, not unusual for his team. So, I mean, it's hard to tell how much more he would have been able to survive, and if he would have been able to mitigate some of the other deaths on his team if he went Avatar instead of Haymaker.
Yeah, and I think the Grand Slam was a little unfortunate at the end there.
I think Grand Slam is not. I don't think Grand Slam is a particularly good talent. I think if you're trying for this style, you have to go rewind, and
the double stun.
Rewind either the double stun, the double single target damage with W with either with Thunderburn and Reverberation, and I can't recall the name where it now does more damage to single targets. But
I think that's a level 4 talent.
No, I believe it's at. I might be mistaken. I haven't played Murder in a little while, but Rewind. I think Rewind at 20 is better suited to the style that this player was trying to go for. Jump in, you stun somebody, you do a little damage, you haymaker, you rewind, and you jump out. Like, you get out of there, because I think saw a couple of decent haymakers that pushed, I think, Karazim back into his line. Karazim isn't a great haymaker target. Aside from that, I can't recall seeing many other haymakers. So
yeah, is Dwarf Toss at 13? If I'm
what do you mean?
The one where you stun at the end of your Q.
I think that's 16, which you'd have to give up Stone Form for, and Stone Form is just too good. Stone Form is way too good. And
Storm Form combined with Avatar would have probably saved his life on a couple of those fights, because the pure amount of blow-up potential from those two, from Li Ming and Jaina. Yeah, it was devastating to watch some of the. And she didn't actually take Northern Exposure, believe it or not. She took Snow Crash.
Yeah, I mean, well, she was confident in just the sheer. I mean, because there was a lot of set location battles, and the zoning provided from that third drop of Snow Crash is pretty beneficial in that style. I am surprised to not see Northern Exposure, though. That's just such a good talent. I guess at that point in the game, they felt confident with the amount of diving that was being done against them to, not overextend and go after the Morales and Vala, but to just hang back, blow up the tanks and the warriors when they come in, and it clearly paid off. They had a great range on Stormfront. I mean, the Jaina build is that, if you look at this Jaina build, it's one that is dive proof. You're looking at increased range on Blizzard. You're looking at increased radius on Blizzard. You're looking at, Lingering Chill, Ring of Frost, Bolt of the Storm. These are all, long-range W abilities that keep Jaina away from Sonya and Muradin in the front line to blow her up. And, I mean, it showed. Jaina never died.
Yep.
Jaina never died. So, I think that was that was a targeted pick. I think they did that on purpose. That build was very smart to deal with the diving of Sonya and Muradin. I like that build. I think that's a smart pick for this sort of match.
So all in all, a great match from both teams, and El Boyos putting up a good front, but the Nerf Salad really bring in the power of the Diablo ETC with the front line with the Jaina Li Ming back line, and letting Nerf Salad take Li Ming on that draft pick, that may have set him up for this situation here, unfortunately.
Well, I mean that's the power of the first pick. You can ban somebody else, Zagara in this case, and that puts the pressure on the away team to pick something that pick something else. They have to deal with either banning out Li Ming or Rhaegar. I mean, one of them is going to get through. Or B, banning out neither of them, and so both of them get through. And then the home team, the first pick, gets their pick of whatever OP hero they feel best with. So no, it's a tough decision. I feel like Rhaegar could have benefited this team if they hadn't banned Rhaegar. I mean, you're looking at a dive comp trying to get to backlines with low hit points, but
their first pick was Jaina as well. So if you keep that in mind, they could have if they didn't ban out Rhaegar, they could have picked up both Li Ming and Rhaegar. Well, depending on if Nerf Salad changed their strategy, but
you're right. Yeah, Li Ming was not even the first pick. I think this might be the first game in this current patch in the history of HOTS where Li Ming made it through a ban phase and wasn't first picked.
Wow.
We'll have to send this one in. Front page of Reddit. An actual game with bans where Li Ming was not first pick, first ban. All right. Final comments. What do you think about this game? What did we learn in this game?
Falstad needs to stop laning.
I feel like there were quite a few situations where there was one where Diablo was so far up in the north. It was Diablo and Falstad, duking it out at north. Falstad could have just walked away. Whoop, I flew away. Now it's a 5-on-4 at the bottom of the map, and Diablo has to mount up and walk to the team fight. I feel like Falstad, It's so tempting. Sit there, you lane, you push, you get structures down, then you turn around, your team's dead.
Yep. And
Like,
honestly,
oops.
yeah, it's easy to get tunnel vision during those team fights. I completely understand. But on such an objective based map, you have to be there to support your team. A 4-on-5, even for 3-4 seconds, it's gonna be punishable. I mean, it's punishable by death in this situation.
What did I learn in this game? Let's see. Double Haymaker talents is probably not optimal for Muradin.
I mean, without the Falstad, it may have been a different story. The Falstad already had the Gust. I mean, you didn't really need to do Gust and Haymaker. I don't ever think that that's really necessary, and especially on such a heavy damage team, you need the survivability. You need the extra avatar on it. You know, against a more.
How do you feel about? Sorry, I interrupted there.
No, that's okay. Against a lower damage team, Haymaker may have been a different story. A Haymaker against a Sergeant Hammer, that's miserable because Hammer's escape is so limited. Haymaker against anything that sets up, anything that has less mobility, essentially, or can be put into a very precarious spot by that. I mean, if they had Morales, if Nerf Salad had Morales, I would have loved to see Haymaker punch Morales into the front line and make the plays. So.
Yeah. No, I mean, so yeah, there is such a thing as too much crowd control if it's not applied
directly to the forehead.
Judiciously. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So now we're gonna close things down. And thank you all for joining us. I'll let Synth sort of sign us out here.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for joining us tonight. We'll be casting again probably on Thursday. If not, we'll be also playing. So cheer us on. Yay, Pandemonium. Little nod there.
Shameless caster plug.
Hey, you know what? We deserve. No, we don't actually deserve it. We're gonna get wrecked.
We're certainly not good enough. Again, thank you all for dropping by, and y'all have a pleasant evening.
Yeah, and subscribe if you like our casting. All right, thanks everyone.